Day 13 of the World Cup. Fuck the stats. Tim, I'm back from the United States of America. Howdy. How are you?
I'm very good, thanks. I was going to break into USA, but I'm not going to. I'm very good, mate. I've missed you.
Yeah, I've missed you too. I reckon I was the only person in Georgia listening to the Dealt With podcast.
Nah.
We got
a few of us.
Big fan base in Georgia.
Massive. We are a global cricket channel, and I think there'll be some people there, so nothing to worry about. But yeah, I've missed you. Had a few substitutes in, had a few hiccups along the way with Georgie getting COVID, having to get our deal in. But yeah, it's been good. I thought Sam was good crack, and Artif was brilliant as ever.
Cracking on from Artif yesterday. I'm sitting here, and we are in Finchley Cricket Club today. We're not at Sixes today. No. We're at Finchley Cricket Club, back at what I'd call sort of home. Have dealt with in many ways.
Yeah, it's like our studios, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's where we come. So we should do like a MTV Cribs.
We should show people around. Yeah. It wouldn't last long. A few bits falling apart, but there you go. Hey, club's just getting better and better. But let's get back to the point. I'm sitting here with a strawberry daiquiri, as you well know, and Artif pointed out in yesterday's podcast, so those astute listeners amongst you will know that it's my favourite drink.
It is.
And I love it so very much. So cheers to that. And it's great to be back. But where else to start? Tim! There's something in my throat! I can't! I think I'm choking! That's right, South Africa have choked again. 92, 99, 2004?
Yeah, 2003.
2003, 2015, and here we are again. South Africa choking on a big stage. Oh, my throat. Oh, God. What are your thoughts on it, Tim?
I've got some thoughts about that.
Yeah, that was a nail biter.
I thought it was excellent. But what are my thoughts on it? I am shocked. I'm flabbergasted. I really am. Because after the India performance, I thought we were watching Champions-elect. I really did. Before the tournament, someone asked us on TikTok whether we thought South Africa could do anything. And I kind of just brushed it off and said, nah, no chance. It's South Africa, they'll choke. But watching them in that India performance, understanding their bowling attack as well, I thought, Champions-elect, they look proper. They look like a serious side. They're the boys to beat. And the wheels just came off.
And why did that happen, Tim? Because I backed them from the start. Any time I back anyone, the wheels come off. Should have known it was coming. And maybe this time I knew in the back of my head that if I was going to back them, the wheels were going to fall off.
So you're claiming, like Rory Burns, you knew.
Well, no, I didn't know it, Rory. I 100% believe Rory Burns was going to be the leading run scorer in the Ashes. For those, just a bit of I suppose we have to let people know about that for new listeners.
Yes.
Because we might have had some of them.
I hope so.
Yeah. For new listeners, back in the Ashes, it seems a very long time ago now, I proudly said at the start of the tour that Rory Burns would be the leading run scorer of the Ashes.
The whole series, not just England, the whole Ashes
the whole series. And I still stand by, if he hadn't been dropped for two of the games, he might have made that up for me. But there I was, sitting in Sixes, opening night at the Ashes, and it felt big, didn't it? It felt like a red carpet occasion at Sixes Social Cricket Club. It had been rolled out, there we were, first ball, and Toby from Cricket District is sitting there with a camera pointed at my face as Rory Burns has his leg stump removed. And I don't think I've been in darker spots as a cricket TikToker than that.
That was a dark night, really was, especially I think we left Sixes about 4 or 5 in the morning, didn't we? And trudged off as England were bowled out on the first day. And it didn't get much better either, did it?
It didn't really.
But you know what's been better? This tournament.
It has been much better. Look, all of a sudden, a rain-affected tournament, because I've been away, I haven't had the chance to get excited about the fact that our dear Australian friends, our Antipodean buddies, are no longer in the tournament, and that fires me up.
I know. But yeah, we should get back to South Africa. What is it? What's in the water? Why do they choke?
Do you know what it is? I think it might be that South Africans are so full of brash bravado. You know, they're so, not full of it, but certainly, because full of it is a turn of phrase that makes them sound like they're entirely arrogant. I don't think they're entirely arrogant. I just think they have an incredible amount of self-belief. But if you chip away at that, if you really take a hard look at it, it's just not there. It's because, and this is a fact, every big South African lad, right, who bowls wheels on the weekend or scores loads of runs, also has an Instagram account where he says, "I love you, my honey boo boo baby, my beautiful wife. You are so wonderful." So what I'm saying is, South Africans are brash on the outside, and when it comes down to them, they're soft on the middle, like toffee or caramel. Toffee's quite hard, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty hard.
Yeah. Like caramel.
But when will the misery end for these South African cricket fans?
I think they'll do a job in Florida.
Yeah?
I've always said it, they play well there.
It kind of reminds me though, you know, like...
Are you happy you've got me back and not a proper journalist?
What?
Like you had yesterday?
Yeah. I just don't know where this show's going, the twists, the turns. How do I answer anything? But no, we're back. I was going to make a point. I think as England fans, we've kind of got rid of that. But before winning 2019, and I know we won the T20 in whenever that was, 2009. Was it 2009? No, it wasn't. 2000.
It was 2009 or 10. It was early 2010.
I don't know. But that
Ryan side bottom.
No one cared about T20 that much back then, did they? Like, because it doesn't really count. But we were sort of that...
You sound like an Australian.
Yeah, I know. It counts now. But we were that team that would choke, as well as South Africa. They have always done it. But the team that would always fail miserably, out in the group stages in '99, out in the group stages in 2003, out in the Super Sixes or whatever in 2007. We always failed, always failed. In fact, I think we were out in the group stages in 11 and 15 as well. I remember sitting at Lord's watching the game, and we finally had this wonderful team, and I felt like we were fucking up against New Zealand. I felt like it, and I was going through my head, it's like, if not now, when? And it feels like that for South Africa for me. Like, this was their golden opportunity. Okay, it's not their golden generation. They had a much better golden generation with Callis, Smith and those guys, and De Villiers, of course. And they couldn't do it. But this looked like their gilt-edge opportunity with such a great bowling attack. Okay, the batting isn't brilliant, but that bowling attack in Australia, I thought this was their chance, and I can't even believe they didn't get out of the group. Yes, they got unlucky with that Zimbabwe game. Realistically, they were walking to that victory before the rain came. But still, they should have got out of this group. They should have beaten Pakistan really on paper, and they should have beaten Zimbabwe. But sport's not played on paper, is it, William?
It's not, Tim. And really, when it comes down to it, I just think of Quinny's sad little face. The poor bloke. Imagine what he's going to look like on that plane home. Not going to talk to anyone, just a blank look of sadness. I love you, Quinny. Hope you know that.
What have you got for me next?
Well, next, Tim, I've got overly excited because I know not only my favourite team in the whole world, England, but my other favourite team in the whole world, EVs, Pakistan, are now into a semi-final. I thought I'd throw it out there to you, Tim. What is the worst case scenario for a World Cup final now?
Now, with these four in it?
Or these four?
There are no worst case scenarios now. Genuinely, Australia are out. Australia can't win it. That is the only worst case scenario in my mind. The worst case scenario for a World Cup final is Australia against someone pony. And England out in the group stages.
Unless it was Afghanistan and Afghanistan won against Australia, that would be sensational.
Yeah.
In that hypothetical world, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
I just don't want Australia to win anywhere. Obviously I want England to win. But I don't really care about India. If India win, brilliant. If Pakistan win, brilliant. If New Zealand win, brilliant. But if Australia were in that final, I'd hate it. I'd absolutely hate it. But out of the teams remaining, what would be the worst one? Probably New Zealand against India. I wouldn't mind. India versus Pakistan would be this amazing spectacle for world cricket and would be sensational. And obviously I want England to be in that final. But if that was the final, that'd be amazing.
Global event.
Yeah, how about you?
Worst case scenario? India versus anyone, really, for me. Just couldn't care less. Just don't want them to win it.
Why?
Well, I think mainly because of the hyperbole that surrounds India, and this kind of carries me on to my next point quite nicely.
Yes.
Because I don't know whether you know, Tim, but in football fans, and when it comes to football, the thing that upsets me the most is when commentators say things like, one of those wonderful Anfield nights under lights, one of those special European evenings. Well, it's not, is it? It's just another Wednesday night and they're playing FC20, and it just because you're saying, oh, they can all sing in tune, well done Liverpool, you can all sing in tune, then all of a sudden this is a special thing. It's exactly the same every time India play at the moment. They have packed it out, haven't they? They've done an amazing job. Isn't this fantastic? Oh yeah, Will, just be happy. Manners, just be happy for cricket that there's lots of people there. No, I don't have to be happy. If you tell me I have to be happy for people, I will not be happy for them. That's why I love an underdog, Tim. Okay. And commentators are going on at the moment saying, book your flights now, because you won't get your flights to wherever India are playing their semi-final, because they'll sell out. Book your tickets, because everything's going to be sold out. And maybe that's true, and maybe they are the most fantastic fans in the world, but I refuse to be told that.
Do you not think it's a bit hypocritical? Because every time England go abroad, one of the things I can't stand is they always travel well. Oh, the Barmy Army are brilliant. Everywhere England go, the support's amazing. Well, is that not a bit hypocritical for you to then be saying that about India?
No, listen. I would say this. I love what the Barmy Army do, but I don't necessarily always love the full collective of the Barmy Army. All right? Is that a fair thing to say?
It's your opinion.
I think when people look at the Barmy Army, I don't think it's as in, oh, I love them, it's endearing, this is fantastic. Commentators look at them and go, look, there is a bald fat man who is sunburnt, who has had too many beers, and he's neglecting his family. And he's on a holiday for too long, right? I think the Barmy Army do fantastic work. I'd like to clear that up. But I'm just saying, I think there's a different hyperbole that surrounds the Barmy Army than surrounds the Bharat Army, for instance. How many holes have I dug for myself today?
Quite a lot.
Unbelievable form.
Yeah.
It's almost like Georgia has opened my mind and I've come back a changed man.
Listen, I'm of the other opinion. I think it's great for cricket. Where the fuck would we be without India and Indian fans as a game? We'd be like rugby union. We'd be a load of shit.
Tim, I'm telling you, I agree. As I sip my daiquiri and lean back in my chair, I agree with you. I agree with you that Indian cricket does a lot for world cricket. I just refuse to be told to love something.
So it's more you're being told that you should love the fact that Indian fans sell out.
Yeah.
Okay, I get that. I get that.
And let's celebrate the fact that they sell tickets in Australia, where Australia can't even sell tickets for their own tournament.
Pathetic, isn't it? You missed the...
Sorry, Aussies. The Aussies are the only people that I haven't gone at today.
Yeah,
so let's have a go at them. But I really do like the Barmy Army.
The Afghanistan game was a piss take.
Yeah.
The lack of fans there.
Yeah.
It was a joke.
But India today, in what is essentially a dead rubber, and there's thousands there. There's thousands there. So fair play, but don't tell me I have to enjoy it. I'm not a cricket cynic. I really do love cricket. You know that?
Yeah. But I'm just saying, everyone says that about England. When England go abroad, the support's fantastic.
Yeah. Do they though?
Yes.
I did those feet.
They do. No, the commentators will always say, "Oh, England bring amazing travelling support." Yeah. And I don't think that's a bad thing. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
And it's a great thing that Indian fans go all around the world following their team as well.
I think potentially there's more of a negative opinion of English fans abroad than there is.
Isn't that just English people abroad?
Yeah, it's probably because we're bastards, and I'm not exactly disproving that theory on this podcast, am I?
Exactly. Point number 3.
Point number 3. Well, actually, I've kind of covered 2 points there because I wanted to talk about Indian fans and well, yeah. So I suppose to finish up,
we could do a third point.
Have you got one?
We could chat about Suryakumar Yadav.
Oh my God.
I think that's a pretty suitable.
Yeah. Go on then. You start.
I start.
Yeah.
He is one of the most phenomenal batsmen I've ever seen, and what amazes me is, like, obviously he's been doing it for the last 2 or 3 years, but where the fuck did they find him? The geezer's in his not late 30s, but in his early 30s. I hadn't heard of him until about 3 years ago. What the fuck was he doing for the first half of his career? Because he looks like the greatest cricketer that's ever lived.
Well, you get that, don't you, with these IPL players just sort of burst out of nowhere, and all of a sudden they're the best thing since sliced bread. But maybe that's what made him, Tim. The fact that he wasn't the man from the beginning. Look at young Prithvi Shaw. Look what it did to him. Being the man from a young age did fuck all for him, Tim. So
he's living a good life.
I'm sure he's living a great life, mate. But the fact of the matter is, like me and you, when the limelight is thrust on you from a young age, you can find it difficult to find things to do after that. And that's why we're sitting in a cricket club bar on a Sunday afternoon, some of us jet lagged, talking about cricket.
Do you know the shot I love? I'm going to try and... I think I should try and spend the winter learning. You know how he plays that? Yes, that one where he just picks it up and hits it it feels like he hits it vertically.
Yeah. I suppose the question...
How do you do that?
But how many people are going to have pace on the ball to do that you're facing?
Plenty.
Maybe we'll have another net session and you can have a crack at it.
Yeah,
maybe we'll go and try and find someone to teach us how to play the
Suryakumar Yadav shot.
Yeah.
Because it's unlike any other shot out there.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. I would shit it playing that shot.
Yeah.
Definitely hit me. Go on, should we move on to get in the bin then?
Yeah, go on then, we'll finish up. I'd just like to clear up a couple of points before we move on.
Okay.
I think there's nothing wrong with the fragility of some South African fast bowlers, so please don't bounce me this summer. And I really...
You got peppered, didn't you, by South Africa a few
did.
years ago?
Yeah, I did.
Is that what it is?
I'm a little bit shook by it still.
Is this why you're going hard at South Africans?
Well, because I'm safe behind this microphone.
So a South African peppered you a couple of years ago, and that's why you've gone hard at it?
Badged. A couple of times. I can still...
what
You know when
happened?
you get badged and you can still hear the ringing? Didn't get me out, but then got out...
Was it a heavy one, was it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. You alright?
No!
What did the Barmy Army do to you?
Maybe, and I think this is what it is. I'm sitting there at home.
I'm sorry, by the way. We met up with the Barmy Army in the Netherlands.
We love them.
Before anyone gets any ideas.
We love them. I'm only being daft. I think what it must be based around and what that rant was, no Barmy Army members are neglecting their family going on tours for too long, all right? I'm sure. What I'm trying to say is, I'd probably sat at home one day, watched them and think, I'm really jealous. I'd love to be able to do that. I don't have the disposable income, Tim. I don't have it. But maybe one day we'll go around the world talking about cricket, so that'd be nice.
Yeah.
So everyone's favourite segment, because I think I've cleared all my.
You got everything off your chest.
I've got everything on my chest. I've had a therapy session.
Right, good.
And this comes from my trip away to Georgia.
Yes.
And I was talking to a cameraman on the set I was working on, and I said, "Have you ever done cricket?" And he said, "I've never done cricket, but my friend, when I was in the UK, took me to a college T20 game."
College T20?
A college T20 game. And I asked who played, and he said, Essex. So, to cameraman Bob, please next time pay more attention to whoever's taking you to Chelmsford. But for today, cameraman Bob, get in the bin.
I thought he was going to say, I don't know, Leeds University or something. He's a good standard.
Yeah. No, he thought he was at a college T20 game. But hey, good on him for trying to immerse himself. And I said to him when he's filming the World Cup in Florida that we must meet up again.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So that'd be really good. But other than that, this has been fun. I've really enjoyed being back.
It's nice to have you back, mate.
I felt like I've brought a lot of chaotic energy to today. So I'm
you have.
I'm
but that's you, Munners. That is... You've always brought chaotic energy.
I'm sorry about that. Maybe the daiquiris are hitting a little bit harder today.
Maybe.
Hey, love to Artif. Love to Artif. Am I having to get any replacements for you this week?
Yes.
Because I'm on every day, aren't I?
You're on every day this week. Blackburn are playing West Ham United at West Ham, so I'm going to that instead.
Beautiful.
And it's time for me to have a little rest, I think.
You work hard,
I've been
mate.
working incredibly hard on this. Yeah. So, I don't know, who are you going to get in?
We'll have a think. Be good to get someone who's a bit more glue than me, you know? Someone who manages to steer it in the right direction.
Yeah, you do actually need...
I need someone with some sort of journalistic background, I'd imagine. Yeah. Or try Aggers, and if he's not available... we'll get blowers.
That'd be class.
Hello, my dear old thing. Here with Munners and 60 Social Cricket Club.
You might Imagine him in sixes, just brandy in hand.
Me and Blair's going through a brandy. So, sorry, tangent. Thanks again for listening. Oh my God, I appreciate you lot so much. And you know why? Because you're the ones that are out there 5-starring us, commenting, following us on TikTok, following us on YouTube, subscribing on Spotify, subscribing on iTunes podcasts. Love you all. And thank you for this therapy session. And yes, England. Yes, Pakistan. And please, 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 one of you two win the World Cup. I've been Munners. This has been Tim. I'll see you tomorrow.
You're right there, mate. You're very jet lagged.